Now your forecast from Storm Team 5.
Good afternoon, 12:16 right now, and here's your look at Skywarn 5 live Doppler radar. Some rain now crossing 165 from Oakdale down toward Lake Charles, and these rain showers now, well, they're on the outer circulation of Ike. And I think we're going to see some 30-mile-an-hour winds from these. Now, this is nowhere near the big show, but there are more coming in. Let's go ahead and take a look at our planner throughout the day. The nowcast, scattered storms possible at 3 o'clock, a slight chance of showers through 10 tonight, and the winds are going to stay up from the east at 10 to 20, 8 to 16, somewhere in that range, and we'll see some gusts that could get a little higher in storms. 92 out there right now, so the temperatures are shooting upward. I'll show you why in just a second here. First off, let's show you those rain showers. You see those just kind of pinwheeling around, not really even feeder bands, just those outer showers now coming this way. And you see the first one missed us to the south here in Alexandria. It's about to greet Oakdale and Oberlin, but these could pass on through, make the skies look very scary and bring us some gusty winds. But today, I don't expect much of a severe threat, but we certainly could see some brief heavy rain. Here's the interesting thing. When you look at this system as a whole, it's huge. First off, it's covering more than half of the Gulf of Mexico. But another interesting feature is where you have an onshore flow, you see the clouds, the cumulus clouds forming on the east side of the circulation. We always talk about being to the east is the worst side. And then when you go west, those clouds really dissipate. We have some high clouds out here and a few storms near the coast, but up in North Louisiana and most of Mississippi, a clear day. Hence our very rapid warm-up this morning, and the humidity's there as well. So heat indices well above 100 degrees. That's a large cyclone right there. I call it a cyclone occasionally. Same thing as a hurricane in this sense. A 945 millibar pressure at last check, moving to the west-northwest at 10. There are some limiting factors with Ike, albeit small. It really looks like because this wind field is so giant that we're kind of transferring the pressure change outward as opposed to concentrating it near an eye wall. So while we're not seeing those winds, to 150 miles an hour near the center, we see hurricane force winds out 115 miles from the center. Even out in this outer band right here with those heavy storms, we're seeing some very strong winds as the airplane flies through that. The motion is west-northwest at 10. There's a little light wind shear, and a slight bit of dry air constantly appears to try to work into that core circulation. But I'm telling you, this system is not to be played with. You see here, as the sun comes up this morning, the visible picture becomes clearer. An eye tries to form, it looks like, but is having trouble doing so. And again, hurricane force winds out 115 miles. Tropical storm force winds out 270 miles. We just had a gust to 43 down there at the mouth of the Mississippi River. So it's very windy over a very large area, and 270 miles out from the center is where this strong wind is. In Katrina, it was 230 miles out to the tropical storm force. I'm not comparing the storms, I'm just saying that is a big storm. Here are your forecast model tracks. We have those going anywhere from Matagorda+bay, around Palacios up toward Beaumont. I think somewhere right around Houston, within 40 miles either side of the coastline from Galveston, is your most likely landfall destination. That puts us in the right front side and gives us a lot of rainfall and the threat for tornadoes. Here's your wind forecast, 50 miles an hour, our peak wind gust I'm forecasting here, about 60 along the Texas border. We could even go a little higher than that, and 35 to 40 miles an hour along the Mississippi River. Everyone stands a threat for some tornadoes and heavy rain in this. I think we're going to see lots of tornado warnings. The actual damage areas will be isolated. 1 to 4 inches of rain in Natchez from this, 3 to 7 here, 4 to 8 out in Manny, Leesville, and DeRidder. So lots of rain, lots of water, and Vipercast shows a southern path, but I think when we get our updated data in tonight, we're going to see this change. One interesting thing with Hurricane Ike, there's something we look at, we measure, it's called the integrated kinetic energy. It kind of shows us what all that wind is going to do, where the surge is going to be the worst, and the acronym for that, integrated kinetic energy, IKE. It's Ike. I'm not kidding. I'm not making this up. This is something I just learned myself. So we're keeping an eye on the Ike for Ike. And right now, because it is so widespread, the surge is going to really affect areas from Mobile Bay all the way over to the Texas coast. Mid to upper 80s tomorrow. It looks like the Weather Service is upgrading our wind advisory to a tropical storm wind watch or warning. And for the next 7 days, for the first 4 of that, we're going to see a lot of wind and some high rain chances, 4 to 8 inches of rain entirely likely. Will you lose power? I think your chances are definitely higher the further west you go toward like Leesville, Toledo Bend, that area. For us here, they'll be sporadic, but I think there will be, again, some renewed outages. I know the last thing you want to hear. Call us at Weatherline 442-1110 is the number. We'll get your forecast there.
All right, and what's that acronym again?
Ike, IKE, the Integrated Kinetic Energy. I just learned about it today, actually.
You're so smart, Nick.
Thank you.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.